Okay, what the fuck is it with fucking aeroplanes, man? And the fucking airline as well. I mean, I've been on an aeroplane many times for the same reason each time, practically, and you know, and the food smells awful. I mean, literally, I had a fucking plate of it in front of me, and I was thinking, I can't eat this. It smells so bad. It wasn't even that it smelled bad. It was just the smell was so strong. It was like, oh, I can't. Oh no, this is. It just gets in your nose. It doesn't even get. It goes even further. It goes into your brain. It's awful. Oh, even your brain can smell it. Oh, tickle in your brain. No, it's not good at all. I mean, honestly, how do they get the aeroplane food that bad every time? They should win an award. I mean, I'd certainly nominate British Airways for the worst food on an aeroplane, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And another thing is how ridiculous security is there. I mean, honestly, it's ridiculous. I couldn't even bring an unopened bottle of Coke on the plane and a mostly drunk bottle of Lucasade Sport when I went on the plane 2 years ago. I mean, you know, and you know what it was? It was, they said you couldn't bring bottles over 100 millilitres onto the plane. It's like, what the fuck? I haven't heard of a 100 millilitre bottle. What the fuck's one of them? I mean, you know, who is going to carry a 100 millilitre bottle around with him? I mean, even Lucasade, even that's probably the smallest bottle I've ever heard of a regular drink, and that's 380 fucking millilitres. What's going on? I mean, seriously, those fucking terrorist attacks of 2006 made the airlines too insecure, if you ask me. I mean, they became Britain when a bit of snow falls on the ground. I mean, seriously, why does it taste that bad? Oh, it's because you're so high up that, you know, the lower oxygen levels make it taste a bit worse, really, you know. Yeah, but what about this? I had a packet of ready salted crisps on the same, and get this, they tasted exactly the same in the aeroplane at 40,000 feet as they did when I had them on the ground. Surely oxygen levels don't affect how our food tastes. Yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But that's not the case. But hang on, I just used my packet of ready salted crisps to insult you and prove my point. I mean, what do you say to that? Well, I'm gonna end the conversation then, because I don't like talking like this. Right, you're the one who started the conversation with me about airport food. I just mainly talked about it before you came in. And another thing, the seats are absolutely awful on aeroplanes, and I honestly don't get why everybody wants to sit next to the window, because I remember once I sat next to a window and, you know, there was a couple of girls next to me and I didn't want to disturb them, so I held my pissing and I didn't end up going to the toilet for about 12 hours, maybe even longer, because I didn't want to, you know, get in their way or anything. So, you know, and I remember another time when I must have been about, let's say 11, and I was on the aeroplane. This man was blocking me, but the problem is I couldn't ask him to get up and let me out of the way. I mean, and go to the toilet, because he was asleep at the time, so I was sort of blocked, really. I you know, I had to keep it in. I mean, that's, you know, the last thing you want to do. I mean, honestly, why the hell would you want to sit next to a window on an aeroplane? So, you know, be careful if you're ever going on an aeroplane alone and you book a window seat next to the window, because you'll almost certainly need to worry about whoever's going to sit next to you. Most likely someone you don't know, obviously, but you know, just bear that in mind, because it's going to be a bit of a kerfuffle when you need a piss, particularly if it's a 7-hour flight or longer, and you know, and you need to get up for a piss. You know, you're going to need to worry, because, you know, you're going to have to ask them to get up, and, well, you know, you don't want to disturb them, do you? I mean, I know what you're like. You know, you don't want to go to the doctors for a little list of things, and it's the same with aeroplanes as well. Okay, why is the TV attached to the back of the seat in front? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, because you can almost be guaranteed that somebody will sit there, will put their seat back, and then suddenly it's... you know, because, well, you know, and you bash your head against the TV, and then the guy in front will end up having to pay a massive sum of money because they broke the TV, and you might even have to pay some money because it was your head that smashed into the screen, and that, you know, really wouldn't be grand. Okay, here's a suggestion. Instead of letting us put the seats back on aeroplanes, how about you give us more fucking leg room? And if you know me, you'll know how much I like my fucking leg room in vehicles. But particularly on aeroplanes and on trains as well, because on trains, whenever somebody sits next to me, I think, oh no, because, you know, I'm going to have to ask them to get up and, you know, and let me off, so... You know, I never like asking them to do that, because it's always, you know, a great big kerfuffle, really, and, you know, and it's the same with aeroplanes, except when you're going for a piss, because obviously everyone's getting off at the same place, so you don't need to worry about that. It's just, you know, the toilet issue that comes up with this. Well, how about this? I put on £200 and take up 2 seats, so that if I have to sit down one of the 2-seater aisles, then I'm taking up both seats, and, you know, I won't have to worry about somebody, you know, having to get up. I mean, I won't have to compensate for somebody sitting next to me so I can't get up to go to the toilet. But then again, I wouldn't want to have to spend an extra 500 or 600 quid or whatever on another seat. How about this? Whoever sits next to me on the plane gets a free upgrade to first class next time I get on the plane. How about that? And that's not an official thing yet. I haven't negotiated it with British Airways or anything, so don't book me a flight on the next aeroplane with a seat next to you yet, because, you know, it's, as I say, it's not all confirmed yet. But anyway, I'll see you next video if you stay around for my next video or whatever, so possibly see you next video. Have a safe journey to the next video if you're taking it by flight.